studio and ready to learn this Lyph Bite Split trick. But first, let me show you what it actually looks like, because I feel like some of you may be confused right now. So that's the trick we're learning, guys. Real easy. There's only really 2 steps to it, and I got a few tips for you guys that may help make it a little bit easier for you to grasp the concept of how to do it. Alright, so when trying to do this Lyph Bite Split, there's 3 main steps to the actual trick. So the first step of this trick is the Lyph bend. It's the bend where you take your hands and you start at the top of the O and diagonally move forward down to the bottom, stretching the O kind of like a rubber band until it then comes compressing inwards towards its center. It's a really easy trick to do, and the main things you want to understand with it are to keep your hands flat, to not necessarily touch the O with your hand, and also to not flail your arms like you're trying to fly. To do it with some form of finesse and ease and just lightly open up the O. This is a really simple trick as a whole, so this step is you don't need to extend it crazy long to get this trick to work. This is what it looks like up close. Hands down. It's almost like you're opening up a book. If you're noticing that it's not necessarily working out too well, you can also try a second variation of the Lyph bend, where instead of moving downwards, you take your hands at the side and put them kind of north-south and move them forward and slightly outwards. It's kind of like a V motion from your chest, but only you start like halfway through the V. So the bite inhale is pretty self-explanatory. All you're really doing is right in the middle of the O. So when you're doing the Lyph bend, you're gonna notice that the O starts to spread out and get very elongated. That's gonna be the point that you're gonna wanna start doing your inhale and moving your head towards the O. I like this trick a lot because there's kind of a lot of play with it. You can do it with a shitty O, you can do it with different timing. There's a lot of room for error that can still end up with this trick working out just fine. So when it comes to the bite, you're gonna wanna be starting to inhale as your hands start to spread the O. And the second you can start to see that O visibly moving outwards, you're gonna wanna start moving your head in and inhaling all the way through till after it splits. Oh. You do not want to be doing this. Because if you do that, this is a very small trick and the O doesn't get that big when you go to do it, so you're going to end up eating the entire O. See what I mean? It doesn't really work out the way we want it to. I think it's much easier to do a hard inhale with a smaller mouth. So yeah, the main tips with the inhale is have it be firm, fast, and abrupt. Now we're moving on to the last step, and definitely don't take this one with a grain of salt. It is very important to be doing what this last step is. So like I said in the beginning of the video, this is the follow through step. And what you're essentially doing is using your head and your body to separate the 2 O's so that they don't come back together and collide. Because sometimes when you do this trick and you don't walk through it, it does this. And it recollides back into 1 O, where we don't want that. The whole point of this video is to do an O split from 1 O into 2. I'm gonna show you guys the 2 different ways, because you can just use your head or just use your body. It's all up to whatever one you think is easier. And honestly, I'm kind of situational with it. If I don't have much room to walk, I just use my head like a little penguin, and then if I do have some room to walk, I kind of just walk through it. So with your head, you're just kind of poking through it and separating it, kind of like you're doing a bow tie split. So yeah, that's the method with using your head to separate the 2 O's, but honestly speaking, I think I prefer the body method a little bit more, just because there's a lot more surface area, so the O's definitely get sent a lot farther. So yeah guys, that's honestly really it with this trick. A couple tips I'll leave you guys with before showing a montage of what you can do with this trick. I want you guys to practice different variations of O's, different variations of speeds, whether it's your hand motion or how fast the O is blowing. This trick has a lot of versatility, so you want to play around with different techniques of getting your O out, doing the different steps, and see which way works best for you. Some people use jaw pops for this, others use coughs. It's all up to what you find works best and what you're most comfortable with. Definitely play around with it. Also leave me any questions you have in the comments. I'd love to help you guys out further nailing this trick and getting it into your arsenal. But before I say goodbye, I just want to leave you guys with a couple variations and different tricks that you can do using this Lyph Bite Split. And with that being said, my furnace just turned on, so my audio is probably a little bit more garbage. But we're gonna wrap up the tutorial here, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, as well to give any feedback you want. Always feel safe commenting whatever you feel like, whether it's a positive or negative comment. So I definitely think it's gonna be sooner rather than later that I see you guys in another video. But till then.